Hello, you can still check Portal Games, and this is Askboardgames show where I answer your questions. And the new week began, and we have a lot of new news. We have the Death Breath army, all different color schemes. This is a pretty big problem for Scorn because we have now, how many armies we have already? 15?
Something like this?
About 15 different armies, and there is not enough different colors, so you can easily distinguish different tokens on the board. So this guy is in a real pain these days, and he's just trying to find something new. What's the final result? The new army will be brown? Yes? So we choose the brown color, but we will try to make it as different as possible from Vegas army, which is brown as well. So this is Death Breath update. The game will be released in Essen in a couple of weeks, and then the release in States a few weeks later. We have the final proofs of Imperial Settlers Aztecs. The rulebook is approved by the cow, so you can see everything is right. There was a couple of small mistakes in the rules, but no longer, so this is done as well.
I'm shaking.
Come on, what's the problem? So the Operation Essen is not threatened at all. We will have this for Essen. By the way, last week, I believe. Last week we opened pre-orders for our Essen releases. That is Cry Havoc, that is Robinson Crusoe, English edition, New English edition, Imperial Settlers Aztecs, and Death Breath. And just yesterday we also opened pre-orders for German edition of 51st State. You can visit portalgames.de. So our German website, and then there is a landing page where you can go and pre-order 51st State in German. I strongly recommend, I strongly ask you, our fans in Germany, to support us and pre-order the game and spread the word about the German edition of the game, because this is our first small step into German market, and is super important for us that this step will be successful. We have also in our web store a new promo card for 51st State. These are the cards that I designed a couple of months ago, and finally they are ready. And we have here five new cards. Can you go there to focus? So I show you the cards. Propaganda Center. Discard 2 cards and draw new cards. Or we have Armored Card. Then you can raise opponent's locations 1 token easier. Or we have Second Stock. This one is cool. If you go to your faction resources, for example, the iron for the New Yorkers, you will get the bonus. So we have 5 new promos. If you are buying anything from a web store, you can add it to the purchase and have some new cards in the pool. You will just put them in the base game, and you will just shuffle them with the whole set of the cards. We have also Fixed Radioactive Colony. There was a small misprint on the card, so now we have it for free on our web store. You just buy anything from a web store and you just add this to the set. And we have, as promised, the stuff finally printed from our 51st State campaign. So we have 2 additional factions. We have 3 cities expansion, and we have wooden pieces for faction markers. We also will have at some point wooden pieces, but I don't know when. In a couple of months, probably. I have no idea.
Novella about
Signal story. Yes, I strongly recommend a short story set in the Hiroshima world. There's more things going on actually, but we record every single week, so I will talk about these other things next week, because this week we had so many amazing questions from you. There were so many questions on Twitter and below the video that I want to answer these questions right now. So let us move to the answering questions, and I will talk about the Portal stuff next week once again. Nafmi, thank you for the question and the answer. Actually, the guy who is working on this just left the room, but the expansion is ready. We will print it in November-ish, I would say, so it will be available through our web store in November. And for all our fans in Poland and in States and in Europe, we will have a small additional surprise with this expansion. So expansion for Mr. Science, Mr. Science expansion for the Mysterium, for the Tajemnicze Domostwo is ready. it's going to be sent to the print in a couple of days, and we will have a small surprise for you. It will be a little bit different than the US original release, so I hope that you will like the small addition that we have for you. TR Knight, thank you for the questions. Greetings to your family and your wife. We met at Gen Con, and it is a cool question because, as many of you actually know, I was in States for the 5 weeks with my wife and with my daughter. And so we visited a lot of different places, and we visited lots of different zoos and places. And at the beginning, the most awesome thing for my daughter was SeaWorld in Orlando. We were there because MeepleSource.com helped us a lot. We were able to visit the place, and for my daughter, seeing dolphins was amazing stuff. Then we visited Atlanta's aquarium, and this is my message from everybody, like literally everybody. For everybody, if you live in States or if you live in Europe but you are going to be visiting States, you go to Atlanta's aquarium. This is the mind-blowing, the best thing I ever saw in terms of the zoo. Absolutely strong recommendation. Atlanta's aquarium, the best thing on this planet I ever saw in terms of animals and that kind of stuff. And it was mind-blowing, not only for my daughter, but for my wife and for me. And we will remember Atlanta's aquarium for a long time. And for sure, I will be visiting this aquarium once again when I'm visiting States. Strong recommendation to Atlanta's aquarium. But actually, the most crucial part of the journey for my 8-year-old daughter was visiting Hollywood. And we met Rich Summer, the famous actor, and then we visited Hollywood, and we saw this Hollywood sign, and for her that was the thing, that she was in Hollywood and she saw the actor. So for her, Hollywood won against the dolphins in SeaWorld and against different other creatures in the Atlanta's aquarium. Hollywood won the trip, and the Gen Con was amazing.
Chris Schreiber asks.
Chris Schreiber asks. That's funny. This is a funny question, and I'm going to try this. So I would say that will be Kurt van Heijveld. Kurt van Heijveld. Chris, this is the awesome question. I talked with the team from Board Game Geek a lot about how to improve the site and how we can make it better. From my perspective, the Board Game Geek website is too big for everybody who is just joining our hobby, and there's just so much information. So for months, I was talking with the team and telling them, hey, put all this content behind, like not in the very front page. So if somebody just types boardgamegeek.com, and he will see just simple page with just vlogs, with the blogs, with a few information, the news information, and that's it. No geek list, no all this crazy stuff. And then when you visit the product page, which is now much better than a few months ago, once again, only the simple stuff, the picture of the game, the images, the video reviews, and then if the user is interested, then he can dive into the files and discussions and forum threads and the geek list, etc. But for me, the Board Game Geek site is too big for an average person who just played Codenames, who just played Catan, and he just wants to see more. So I would make it much more easy to grasp for the newcomers to our hobby, because if the newcomers just played Codenames, if he just played Catan and he just typed boardgamesgeek.com, he will just be blown away by the number of games. Like I would say, I would put much more top 10 games for the beginners, top 10 games like Codenames, top 10 games like Catan in the front page, so that people can learn very slowly, step by step about our hobby, because our hobby is so huge and so diverse that for meeting all this information at the beginning would be probably terrifying for many people. Of course, we geeks survived this first entrance to Board Game Geek site, but probably there is like thousands, hundreds of people every single day that visit the page, don't get a clue about the thing, and never come back, and we are losing these guys for our hobby. So I would make this page, the home page, so much easier, so much less involved in the whole content. Conrad, thank you for the question. And the thing is that each time I see a critical comment about our game, about our company, about our actions, I'm taking it very personally. I'm feeling really, really bad. I'm feeling really, really sad. The Portal Games is my company, and I'm 100% devoted to the company and to the things that we do. And I do believe that all things we do awesome. And then when I see critic, I'm really sad and devastated. And then after this initial impression, and after I can think about the comment or the review or whatever it was, I'm trying to analyze the feedback and see if there is something that we can improve. And that's why I believe Portal Games for the past 10 years grew so fast and so well, because from every comment we have, we are just analyzing, thinking what we can improve. And our games are better, our rulebooks are better, our production value is better, our customer service is better. We improve on every single level, because all these critics I really read, I really analyze. It is very painful, it is very stressful for me to see nasty or mean comments about the company or our products, but I analyze them very deeply, and I try to find a constructive thing in them and improve the company. So I believe that all failures we made, all the mistakes we made, actually made us stronger, because from all these mistakes and all these failures, we just made it better. So I take it very personally, I take it very, very deep, and I'm very sad, but then there is a constructive decisions and actions, and we get better. And I hope it will continue, because this is my DNA, this is how I am wired, this is how I work. I try to make it better always. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for so many questions. Like my Twitter this week was like pinging, ping, ping, ping. Not only Chris Schreiber 15 questions, but there was Chris Schreiber and Kurt and Ben and many others. So there is like a ton of other questions I haven't answered yet. But please give me more. Thank you for this feedback. Give more in the comments. Give more in the Askboardgames show. And by the way, we had a contest last week, and I picked the idea for the article, but I don't remember who was that. So we will put it in the comments, or we will do it as a... We will tell you next week, okay? Because I know who is the winner, but I haven't write it down. So next week we announce the winner. Sorry that we are not ready for today, but I forgot about this. My mistake. I will learn from this mistake, and I will get better next time. Thank you for that. Follow us. Bye-bye. Thank you.